Okay, sellers, your house is coming to a close and you're getting ready for the final days or even hours before you end this chapter. So what should you be doing, or what's the right thing to do? Hi, I'm Megan, a realtor specializing in the Huron County and surrounding areas, providing families with down-to-earth real estate advice. In this video, let's go over closing day etiquette and outline some do's and some don'ts so that your buyers are excited and you can move on to your next exciting adventure. If you want a buyer's perspective on this topic, watch my last video on what to expect of the house on closing day for buyers. Tip number 1 is clean your house after moving out. I know this sounds obvious, and most sellers are good about leaving their home in an orderly fashion for the new buyer. But after moving all day, it is understandable that you don't have enough gas in the tank to clean the house from top to bottom. So naturally, sellers will ask, how clean is clean enough? The answer is leave the home in the condition that you would want to find it if you were the buyer. I get it. Everyone's perception of clean can be different. Some real estate contracts state that the home must be swept clean, garbage removed, nail holes filled, and so on. Sellers need to go over their contract, or if you're working with me, I send out an email with these reminders to keep everything in check for you before you close. In order to make sure your house is clean enough for your buyers, it's a good idea to move on one day and clean the next, leaving a day before closing so your buyer's final walkthrough is impeccable. I do understand that many people move on the same day to the next property, but please consider storing your items in a unit, trailer, or moving truck to save you frantically moving on closing day with your tiny Jetta. A great idea is to hire a professional cleaning company to do this, so talk to your realtor about the local service options for this. Not only is leaving the house clean and tidy the right thing to do, but it can also ensure that you have a smoother closing process. The next tip for a good etiquette is to leave a note in a bottle of booze. You don't have to go buy Dom Perignon, just grab a cheap bottle of Toro Bravo Merlot, my $10 special, along with a love note with the ins and outs of the light switches, remotes, quirky tricks to the property, or best restaurants in town for takeout. This powerful gesture will go a long way in the hearts of your new buyers. Tip number 3 is to offer or verify if or what belongings the buyer would like left behind, such as your old paint or flooring. Most likely, the buyer is going to be happy that you left behind a paint can that you used to freshen up the living room 2 months ago, or at least have the color code saved for each room. But don't be leaving behind your 4-year-old chunky paint cans because you're too lazy to dispose of them yourself. You always need to verify that these items can be left behind for the new buyer. Have your realtor help you find these answers. Tip number 4 is to leave the manuals. Strangely enough, people still use these manuals for electronics and appliances, or even assembly instructions can come in handy for new buyers. Tip number 5 is to forward your mail. And by mail, I mainly mean update your Amazon account to your new address. I don't mind telling the buyers to bring your newly ordered Nicolas Cage cushions inside for you. Yes, I googled useless products that exist on Amazon. Anything that auto ships to your house, ensure that it's updated along with all your licenses, bills, and utilities to save us all the hassle. Tip number 6 is to cancel any services or contracts associated with the house. We can't assume that the new buyers want to pay for your pool man or your cleaning lady. Things like the alarm systems are good to ask the buyers if they would like to transfer or continue to save a setup or installation fee. Number 7 is don't even think about changing out any of the appliances. Whatever the buyer saw on their day of their walkthrough is what they will expect unless stated differently in your contract. This includes anything attached by bolts or screws, such as the bathroom mirrors, shelving, TV mounts, curtain rods, towel racks, light fixtures. And for your agent's sake, please don't remove the light bulbs. Yes, people do that. If any of your appliances break before closing, you are responsible to have them repaired or replaced, but communication with the buyer is highly recommended. And if you're not sure, just call your real estate agent. Number 8 is obvious, but you need to remove all your personal property. It's important to note that the responsibility for cleaning and overall condition of the home falls solely on the seller. However, if you're feeling overwhelmed or unsure of where to start, don't hesitate to reach out to me for guidance. I'm here to help make the home selling process as smooth and stress-free as possible. If you're interested in my Working With Me guide to simplify your next real estate transaction, you can get in contact with me with the information below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.